Lovely viewers, imagine this. Lee Min-ho, the ultimate heartthrob who has captured millions of hearts around the globe, deciding to express his love in the most intimate and timeless way possible. Not with diamonds, not with luxury cars, but with a handwritten love song for the woman who holds his heart, song Hye Kyo. Yes, you heard that right. This moment has left fans in complete awe because, in this era of digital messages and lavish gifts, Lee Min-ho chose something so personal, so poetic, and so deeply romantic that it feels like a scene straight out of a K-drama. Are you ready to dive into every detail of how this magical surprise unfolded? Because trust me, you don't want to miss a single word of this incredible love story. So here's how it all started. Reports began swirling late last night that Lee Min-ho was spotted at a private music studio, and fans were immediately suspicious. Why would the superstar actor be sneaking into a studio when he has no upcoming album or OST project announced? Well, insiders have now revealed that Min-ho spent hours with a professional composer and lyricist, but not to record vocals for himself. Instead, he was pouring his heart out into lyrics that would perfectly capture everything he feels for song Hye Kyo. Just picture it for a second. Min-ho sitting there, writing lines about how she makes him smile, how she changed his life, and how every day with her feels like a melody he never wants to end. Can you feel the goosebumps already? Now, the big question is, how did he deliver this love song? Did he just send it to her in an email? No way. Lee Min-ho went all out to make it unforgettable. After completing the lyrics, he took the time to write them out by hand on elegant, cream-colored stationery. Every curve of his handwriting was filled with emotion, and at the bottom, he signed it with a simple line that fans are now calling the most romantic thing ever. For the woman who is my forever song. Isn't that the kind of love we all dream of? But wait, it gets even better. He didn't stop there. He also had the melody recorded in a soft, acoustic version that perfectly matches the words he wrote. And here's the kicker. Instead of handing it to her in a regular way, he planned the surprise during an intimate dinner. Imagine this. Song Hye Kyo sitting at a beautifully decorated table, candles flickering, soft music playing in the background. Lee Min-ho takes her hand, smiles that signature smile we all know and love, and says, "I wrote something for you." Then, as the music starts playing softly in the background, he hands her the handwritten lyrics. According to someone close to the couple, the actress was completely stunned. She reportedly read the first few lines and immediately teared up. The words were raw, real, and deeply personal. Lines like, "In your eyes I found my home, and every breath you take writes the chorus of my life." Can you imagine how song Hye Kyo must have felt in that moment? Lovely viewers, would you not melt on the spot if someone did that for you? Tell me honestly in the comments, what would you do if your partner surprised you with something like this? And let's talk about the fans, because social media exploded the moment the news broke. Twitter, Instagram, and fan forums are overflowing with reactions. One fan wrote, "Lee Min-ho just redefined romance. Men take notes." Another said, "Forget flowers and gifts. This is the real deal." And the hashtags, #MinKyoLoveSong and #ForeverSong are trending worldwide. People can't stop talking about how meaningful this gesture is. In a world where grand gestures often involve expensive jewelry or public announcements, Min-ho chose something so soulful that it touched everyone's hearts. But what makes this story even more powerful is what it says about their relationship. This isn't just about romance, it's about connection, intimacy, and a deep level of understanding between two people. Song Hye Kyo has always been someone who appreciates art, depth, and sincerity, and Min-ho knows this. Instead of showering her with material things, he gave her something no one else could ever replicate. A piece of his heart, captured in words and melody. Isn't that just beautiful? Lovely viewers, don't you think this proves that real love is about the little things, the personal touches, and the thought behind the gesture rather than the price tag? Now, here's something that will blow your mind. Insiders claim that Song Hye Kyo was so touched by the love song that she asked Lee Min-ho to frame the handwritten lyrics so she could keep them forever. Not only that, but there's also talk that she might share a small snippet of the song with fans on social media soon. Can you imagine hearing even a few seconds of the melody that Lee Min-ho created for her? It would break the internet in an instant. In fact, some fans are already begging her to post a photo of the handwritten letter. And honestly, we're all waiting on the edge of our seats to see if she does. But let's make this interactive, lovely viewers. What do you think the title of this love song should be? Forever Song, In Your Eyes, or maybe something like My Only Melody? Drop your guesses in the comments because who knows, your suggestion might actually match what Minho wrote. And tell me this, if you had to write a love song for someone special, what would be the first line? Share it below. Let's get creative together. And before we wrap this up, let me leave you with this thought. In a world full of noise, real love speaks in whispers, in handwritten letters, in quiet melodies that only two hearts can truly hear. Lee Min-ho has reminded us that love isn't about how much you spend, but how deeply you feel. This is more than just a romantic gesture. It's a timeless declaration of love. Lovely viewers, do you want me to dig deeper and find out the exact lyrics of this song? Or maybe the story of how long it took him to write it? Because if you do, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the next update could be even more heart-stopping. So, tell me, do you think Lee Min-ho's handwritten love song will become the most iconic romantic gesture in Korean celebrity history? And do you think Song Hye Kyo will ever share the lyrics with the world? In fact, what happened after that magical dinner might just be the part that melts your heart completely. So, after Lee Min-ho handed over that handwritten love song and the melody started playing, Song Hye Kyo was completely speechless for a moment. Can you imagine that silence, filled with so much emotion that words just couldn't fit? She reportedly looked at him with tears in her eyes and said something that insiders are calling the most touching response ever. You've given me the greatest gift anyone has ever given me. Lovely viewers, don't you think that says it all? When someone who has everything, fame, beauty, success, calls a handwritten song the greatest gift, you know it came from a place of true love. And here's where it gets even more emotional. After that dinner, Lee Min-ho didn't just stop with the surprise. He had another plan waiting for her, something that would make the love song unforgettable forever. As soon as the dinner ended, he took her to a private rooftop, where a small setup was waiting. A guitar, a soft spotlight, and a breathtaking view of the city lights. Yes, you guessed it. Lee Min-ho actually performed the song live for Song Hye Kyo under the stars. Can you feel the romance? The air filled with his voice, the sound of the guitar, and every lyric coming straight from his heart. People who witnessed from afar said it was like watching a scene from the most beautiful romance drama ever written. Lovely viewers, imagine being there. What would you do? Cry? Hug him? Kiss him right there? Tell me in the comments because I know you're already swooning just like I am. Now, fans have been going crazy trying to figure out more details. How long did he practice the song? Who helped him with the composition? And the biggest question, will they ever release it for the world to hear? According to sources close to the couple, Lee Min-ho is thinking about officially recording it as a private keepsake, but there's also a chance that a small snippet might appear in one of his upcoming projects. Imagine if this love song becomes part of a drama OST and the world finally gets to hear it. How iconic would that be? Lovely viewers, should he release it or keep it just for Hye Kyo? I want your thoughts because this debate is already trending online. And let me tell you, social media is in a frenzy. Fans are writing their own versions of what the lyrics might be. And some are even creating fan art of Min-ho sitting with a guitar, serenading Hye Kyo. There are even rumors that the title of the song might be Forever With You, because that phrase appeared in one of his recent Instagram captions. Did you notice that? If you didn't, go check his last post. Fans are dissecting every word, and it feels like a treasure hunt for love clues. Lovely viewers, should we do a full breakdown of his Instagram posts to uncover hidden messages? Yes, let me know because that would be such a fun video to make. But let's pause for a second and really think about this. What does this gesture mean for their relationship? This isn't just romance. This is vulnerability. Lee Min-ho didn't just give her a song. He gave her his heart in its purest form. For someone as private as him to do something so personal speaks volumes about how deeply he feels for Song Hye Kyo. And from what insiders are saying, she was so moved that she told him this song would be their story forever. Lovely viewers, does that sound like wedding bells to you? Because to me, it sounds like these two are building something unbreakable. If they announce an engagement soon, would any of us even be surprised? Honestly, I wouldn't. Now, here's the sweetest part. After the rooftop serenade, they reportedly stayed up all night just talking, laughing, and listening to the song on repeat. No cameras, no fancy guests, no distractions. Just two people in love, sharing a moment that money can't buy. Isn't that what real love is all about? Lovely viewers, let me ask you this. Would you rather have one expensive gift or a memory like this that stays in your heart forever? Drop your answer because I'm dying to know what you all think. And guess what? There's one more twist. Sources say that Lee Min-ho recorded a special video message along with the song, telling Hye Kyo everything he couldn't fit into the lyrics. Apparently in the video he says, "This is not just a song, it's a promise." Can you imagine hearing that from him? A promise of forever, wrapped in music and love. Lovely viewers, if you could hear one line from that video, what would you want it to be? Write your dream line in the comments and let's see who comes up with the most romantic one. Before we end, let's make this even more interactive. If you were in Lee Min-ho's shoes, what would your love song be called? My Only Star, Endless Love, or something even more personal? Comment your ideas below, and who knows, maybe Lee Min-ho himself will see this one day. And if you were Song Hye Kyo, how would you respond to this gesture? Would you write him a song back, plan a special surprise, or just hold him and never let go? Lovely viewers, tell me your ideas because your comments make this story even more exciting. Imagine waking up after such a magical night, thinking nothing could top it, and then realizing Lee Min-ho had planned another layer to his surprise. Yes, he wasn't done yet. Early the next day, he reportedly asked Song Hye Kyo to check her favorite spot in their home. And what did she find? The handwritten lyrics, now beautifully framed with a personal note attached that read, "Every word here is a part of my soul, and every note will always belong to you." Lovely viewers, are you melting yet? Because I swear this feels like the ultimate fairy tale moment. And guess what? That wasn't all. Song Joong-ki has just started following a playlist on a major music streaming platform, sealed with gold wax. And guess what the name of that playlist is? Very classic. Prayers for You. Inside, there was something so unexpected that even fans couldn't believe it about when they heard. And never forgetting someone you truly loved. Of all the songs that remind him of her. Coincidence. From romantic ballads to meaningful quiet message for Hye Kyo they both love. I want to hear what you think. Can you imagine because this detail has everyone talking? He didn't just give her one song. Fans who analyze the soundtrack of their love story. Songs like Lovely Always Viewers, Be My First, if you were Song Hye Kyo, what would you do at that point? Those titles alone sound like confessions, don't they? Hug him and never let go. Hye Kyo, or maybe write him a song sunset around the same time. Drop your answer in the comments because I know you're already feeling the emotions just like I am. Fans are saying it's the part that's driving fans wild. Maybe about endings and new beginnings. Reaction. Or maybe insiders reveal that after finding the framed lyrics in the playlist. Do you believe in these subtle hints? She immediately called Min-ho, or do you think fans are just overanalyzing with you forever? Be honest and tell me in the comments because I know some of you live for these tiny details. Lovely viewers. And here's something even more shocking. Doesn't that sound like the beginning of another romantic drama? Joong-ki would stay quiet after his big confession on screen. An insider revealed that during a break in the interview, and it's even more beautiful than something that hasn't aired yet. And get this, if right after that one more she shared a cryptic post on her social media. Lovely viewers, just one photo of a fountain because that is a piece of paper with the words. Does that sound like a man who is truly over his past? No tags, or no explanation, nothing else for what could have been. Fans went absolutely crazy if you think he still loves her because honestly, was she hinting at the love song? Feel like an open heart. Was she planning her own surprise? Now let's talk about Hye Kyo again. The theories are endless, and I want to hear your next move. What do you think? So far, she's been quiet. Except for that single Instagram like, and I promise this will blow your mind. But here's where it gets interesting. Claim that during a one of her closest friends just posted a story with a song playing in the melody that didn't sound like any song we know. Could it
a
be
love
the love
ballad
song
that
Min
says,
Ho wrote for her?
"If I see you
or
again,
maybe her
I
own
won't let
lip guide
go."
to his heartfelt
Lovely
gesture?
viewers, I'm not
If
saying
that's
this
true,
is connected,
then this
but the
story
timing,
just got even more
way too
romantic.
perfect to ignore.
Two superstars
Do you think Hye
expressing
Kyo
their
might
love
be
through
sending
music.
subtle messages
Lovely
through her
viewers,
circle of
if they end
friends?
up recording a
Or
duet.
is it all just
Can you
coincidence?
imagine how iconic
Tell
that
me
would
what
be?
your heart says,
It would be the
because
ultimate
this is starting to
couple
feel
goal
like a
moment.
real-life
And
K-drama
honestly, I think it would
unfolding
break
before
every
our
record
eyes.
in the industry.
And let's be
And
real.
now, let's
If
talk
these
about
two
what
were to
fans
meet
are saying
again,
online,
even just
because
as
the
friends,
reaction has been
can you
overwhelming.
imagine what that moment would be
Hashtags like hashtag
cameras
Min Kyo love
flashing,
song, fans
hashtag
screaming,
our forever
the
melody,
internet breaking
and
into a
hashtag
million
Minho
pieces.
rights for Hye Kyo
Lovely
are trending
viewers,
globally.
let's make this interactive.
People are calling this the most romantic
If you could write the
gesture
script
in
for their
Korean
first
celebrity
meeting
history.
after all these years,
And honestly,
what would
I
it be?
agree. Would it
Fans
be
are
an
even
award
suggesting
show where
that
their
if
eyes
they ever
meet
get
across
married,
the room?
this
Or maybe
handwritten
a
song
quiet
should be
cafe
their
with
wedding
no
song.
cameras.
Lovely
Just the
viewers,
two of
do you
them
agree?
sharing memories.
Should they make
Drop
it
your
official
dream
and
reunion
dance
to
to
this
scenario
love
in
song
the
at
comments?
their wedding?
Because I know some
Drop
of
a
you have
big
been
yes if you
imagining
think
this
that's
for a
the
long
perfect
time.
idea, because I can
But
already
before we
picture
get
that
too
moment.
lost in the what
A
if,
soft melody,
here's
a
another
romantic
bombshell.
slow dance.
Unconfirmed
And the
reports
entire
say
world
Jung Ki
watching.
might have turned
Now,
down a
let me
drama
make this
offer
even
recently
more
because
fun and interactive.
his heart wasn't
If you
ready
could
for
write
a
the
love
next
story.
line of Lee
Let
Min
that
Ho's
sink
song.
in.
What would
That's
it be?
true. It says a lot
Something
about
like,
where his emotions
with you,
are right
the
now.
world feels
Lovely
like spring
viewers,
forever.
what do you think?
Or
Is he
maybe
still healing?
your smile
or
is
is he
the rhythm
waiting
my
for
heart
something
beats to.
or someone?
Be creative
Maybe
and
even
share your
hoping
best
for
closure
closure
or a
or a second
because I'm going to
chance.
read them all.
I need your
and who
thoughts
knows?
because this
Maybe
detail
one of
has
you will
left
write
everyone
something
asking
asking
the
the
same
same
question.
Min Ho did.
Could
And
this
for those of you
confession
who
be
love
leading to
music,
something
tell
bigger?
me. And now,
If you could
the
choose
million-dollar
one
question.
instrument to represent
Do
love,
you think Hye Kyo
what would
will
it be?
respond publicly?
A guitar like
or
Min
will she
Ho
keep
used,
things private as
a
always?
piano for that
She
deep
does.
emotional
What do you
vibe.
think she'll say?
Or maybe a
Will it be a
violin for
heartfelt
something
thank you?
dramatic and
Or maybe
soul-stirring.
something like,
let's talk about
I wish
it
him
because your
happiness
opinions
too.
make these stories
Comment your
even more
predictions
exciting.
because this is
And
where the
here's a little
story could
secret I've
completely
heard.
change.
There might be an
Before we
exclusive
wrap this
event
continuation,
soon where Lee Min Ho could
here's a
perform
challenge
this
for
song
all of
live
you.
for a very small
If
audience.
you had to write one
Yes,
sentence
you
as a
heard me
message
right.
from Jung Ki
The
to
idea
Hye Kyo
is to
right
share
now,
this
what would
intimate
it be?
piece of his heart
Something
with the people
like,
who have supported
time
his
hasn't
journey.
changed how I
Can
feel.
you imagine
Or
being one of
maybe,
those lucky
if
fans
love
in
is
the
a prayer,
audience,
you're mine forever.
watching him sing a
Share
song
your
that was
best
written for
lines,
songs Hye
because I
Kyo?
promise to
Lovely
feature the
viewers,
most
if that
romantic
happens,
ones in
I
my
promise
next
you,
update.
I'll bring every
Lovely
single
viewers,
detail
if you want me to
straight
go
you
even
first.
deeper.
So
Like
make sure
find
you
out
stay
exactly
tuned
what's in that
because this
playlist
love
Jung
story
Ki
is
followed.
unfolding like a
Check if Hye
masterpiece.
Kyo drops any more
And
subtle
every
hints.
chapter is more
and
beautiful
uncover
than
whether
the
there's been
last.
any private
Before
contact
I leave
between
you
them.
with this cliffhanger, let
Hit
me
that like
ask,
button and subscribe
do you
because
think
what's
this
coming
love
next
song
could be the
marks
most
a turning
emotional
point
twist
in
yet.
their relationship?
Should I also
Are
look
we
into
heading
whether
toward
Jung
an
Ki's
engagement
family knows
announcement
about his
soon?
feelings?
Or maybe
Yes
a
or
public
no?
performance that
Tell me in
seals
the
their
comments,
status
because
as
if
the
his family
ultimate
speaks
power
out,
couple.
this
Tell
love
me your
story could
thoughts
take an
because
even
this
more
story is
shocking
far
turn.
from over.
Stay tuned,
And you don't want
because
to
the
miss
next
what's
update
coming next.
might just leave us
If you
all
want me to dig even
speechless.
deeper and maybe uncover the exact title of the song or the real inspiration behind those lyrics, hit that like button and subscribe because the next update could be the most romantic reveal of the year. Lovely viewers, what do you think? Should I go all out and try to find the first verse of this secret love song? Yes or no? Let me know and I'll make it happen.